I decided to make a very short video, maybe 15 minutes, on how to use Panopto. I know that Office of Technology and something transfer OTTL in IT has probably done something better. I don't know where they upload their video, but I thought maybe their explanation might be a little bit longer and you may want to have something very quick. So I decided to create this short video on how to access Panopto, how to create videos, how to upload them. It's the same thing I did last week for some of the faculty in our department, and I decided to kind of, recap the same material this time in a video format. So I'm using a Mac, and I guess everybody uh, uses Windows, so I'm gonna go to the Windows on my computer because I know that, as far as I know, Panopto looks a little bit different in Mac and Windows. So I'm going to use Windows, and that's the same thing you use. So basically, the way that you have to log into Panopto or use it, you don't need to log into Panopto website. You don't need to create an account on Panopto website. It needs a license. The university actually has purchased a license, and we all should have access to that. But the access is through D2L. So D2L is kind of plays as the gateway to Panopto. So this is my homepage for my D2L for this semester. And let's say that you want to make some video for a course. Let's say for your, I'm going to go to my fluid mechanics lab. So you click on your course. I go to fluid mechanics lab, and uh, by default, the tabs on top of your page, you see these tabs like course home, content, grades. There is one tab which is Panopto. That's the gateway to Panopto. You have to click on that. So it will take you to your page for to the Panopto page of the course. So if every course that you teach also has a Panopto page. And the reason it's slow because I'm in a bedroom in my apartment, which doesn't have really good internet. So if you have good access to internet, it should not take that long. So you see there is a Wilkes University, and that Wilkes.hosted.panopto. So it's under panopto.com, but Wilkes has its own domain. Therefore, you don't need to even log in. You see it by default, it logs in as me. So everybody should log in through D2L. You don't need to separately create an account or something. Okay, so the next thing here is actually the folder that you have for your course. If you come from D2L, it will bring you right to your folder, and every video you save and create for Fluid Mechanics Lab, for example, will be saved here. You can also create different folders. I actually have separate folders for my fluid mechanics heat transfer, like general folders for different semesters. But you don't need to do that. So let's make just things simple. We don't need to change anything. So under this course, I'm going to create a video, and you go to create, and in create you can record a new session. If you have created your video using another software, let's say, I don't know, whatever software. Like for example, currently I am making this video not using Panopto. I'm capturing my screen. So that's a different thing. So if you can also upload video, but this is not what I'm going to talk about. We're going to create a video. So go to create and click on record a new session. And it will show you this page. So the first time you must have Panopto on your computer as well. The Panopto is a software that helps you record your screen and PowerPoint and etc. etc. So if you do not have Panopto, make sure to download Panopto and install it on your computer. And the next time when you have it, you just need to click on Panopto protocol, or you can cancel this and click open Panopto. Therefore, the first time you just download Panopto, and from that point on, every time for every course, it doesn't matter, you will have Panopto on your computer installed as the software. You can just click here, and then it will open Panopto software, which I have on my computer. Now it's opening Panopto software. I'm going to give it some time, and that's Panopto. So you see it? Okay, so this is how Panopto is going to look like. you will see your face if your computer has uh, a camera. And if you don't want to broadcast your face, you can turn off your camera. So you see, this is the video. The source of the video is the built-in camera, the FaceTime for my Mac computer. You can have a plug and play camera attached to your computer. You can have a dock cam, for example. Any camera that is attached to the computer can be used as the source for this screen. I'm going to turn it off. I usually don't want a student to see my face because I don't want you see I'm just in very informal outfit currently. So I'm going to turn it off, switch to none. Okay, so there is no face of me. And this is what students are going to see. So make sure the audio is selected. So audio is the microphone from my computer. Quality is the standard quality is fine. You look at the folder, it says the file that you're going to save will be saved under this folder. You can change it. If you click here, it will show other folders that you have, like I have different folders here, it shows me, or you can just, let it save in the default location. And you are free to choose a name. So by default, the name of the session is the date and the time. I can just give it the name and say the name of this video is Panopto training. And the Panopto training would be the name of the video. There are some options here. So you see, for example, capture PowerPoint and capture main screen. Main screen. These two are important. If you have a PowerPoint that you want to present to the student, make sure Capture PowerPoint is selected. Before that, I want to mention, look at these two tabs right here. PowerPoint, which doesn't show anything, and Main Screen. Main Screen is the screen of the computer. And if you, for example, want to use a touchpad or something, that's whatever you see on the screen. PowerPoint is whatever PowerPoint you have that you want to present. The beauty of Panopto is that if you even if you don't save the PowerPoint, as long as you are broadcasting, as long as you're in the present mode, and you will see you see your PowerPoint on your screen, student will see that. So I hope it makes sense. Screen is exactly what you see on your monitor. PowerPoint is the PowerPoint that you are choosing. So if I don't choose PowerPoint here, so you see the PowerPoint is gone. But if I have a PowerPoint and if I present that, it will be recorded, don't worry, because I'm in present mode. But if, for example, for a moment, if I want to switch back and forth to a different software and run something else on my computer, a student will not see that. So be careful about that. Also, the beauty of saving the PowerPoint separately is that a student will be able to kind of turn page in different PowerPoint. So it will show them different slides in the PowerPoint. As an example, I'm going to just open a PowerPoint on the computer. Uh, Let me see what I have here. So I'm gonna go to the home on my Mac. That's where I save all of my files. And let's go under, what about under thermodynamic, for example? And I should have some slides under, so while I haven't taught thermodynamics, so let me use something from heat transfer. It's much more organized, my heat transfer folder. I should have things under lecture notes and probably something under the slides. Yes, that's where I should have everything here. And I can probably, let's say, open something from convection. All right, so I'm going to open that PowerPoint. Okay, so this is the PowerPoint that I have. I'm going to go back to Panopto. And so that's the main screen, and that's the PowerPoint. You don't see any PowerPoints right here. Uh, but once you start running that, it will automatically save it. To make sure that you don't have to kind of, when you click record, there is an option on their PowerPoint that's start presenting when recording is started. The beauty of this option is that I don't need to click record and then go to my PowerPoint and start presenting. By clicking this, by selecting this option, the moment you click record, whatever PowerPoint you had ready, and if you have multiple PowerPoint, the one which was opened last time or which one accessed last time, the one which is on top, that will go on present mode right away. So you will see what I mean in a minute or two. So I select that if I have a PowerPoint, and then I have capture main screen. So make sure the main screen and the PowerPoint, they are both selected. There is one more trick here, and that is on here, enable screen capture preview. You can click that. I mean, that shows basically what the students are going to see. So if I start recording, the students start to begin see something like that. And once they start presenting, they will only see the PowerPoint. You don't need to select that. It's just a preview mode. So just don't click that. But make sure that if you want to use a touchpad, for example, one of those Wacom drawing tablet, if you are using one of those kind of, fancy Surface laptops that you can write on that, if you're going to use a tablet that gives you the option to write on the screen, or if you want to use some of the options in PowerPoint to kind of to mark, highlight, or something, and if you want the students to be able to see them, your annotation on the file, make sure to click the capture main screen. So the way Panopto works, it's actually a couple of layers. One layer is your voice. If you choose this video, that would be another stream. One layer is the PowerPoint, and another layer is the screen. When you write on your touchpad, it's another layer. And if you don't click capture main screen, you will be able to see when you are doing that. But later when you go to your recording, you will not see any annotation. And a student obviously cannot see that. So make sure that these two are selected, even if you don't use it. It's better to be safe than sorry. So select these two options, and then you should be good to go. All right, so I'm set up, all set up now, and I want to start recording. Okay, let's record a video. I click record, and again, my computer is a little slow, but I didn't do anything. It just went on presenting. I did not push any button in PowerPoint to go to present mode. It just went by itself. And then here, you can use whatever key on your laptop or mouse, and you can kind of move forward, backward to different slides. And kind of as you talk on them, it will record the slide, and it will record your voice for the student. Okay, now say you have a touchpad. I don't have my touchpad attached, so I'm going to use just my mouse to write, and it's not really efficient, but I'm going to tell you what I mean. So now I'm going to start to kind of write something. So for example, this is my Reynolds number, and that's equal to, let's say, 2, again, using a touchpad, you don't have to write like this. It's just 2 times 10 to the minus 7. That's it, okay? So, well, again, that's a terrible drawing when you want to use your touchpad on the computer. All right, so you write on that, and then if you you can, for example, go to the next slide, and you can also kind of write something right here, for example. But when you go back to the previous slide, you see the writings are different. So every slide has its own annotation, and it doesn't go away until you escape or cancel the presentation, which by then you will have the option to even save them. So you can write on them, and again, since we have selected the capture main screen on the Panopto homepage, a student will be able to see them, and all of my annotation will be recorded on the video too. So let's say I'm done. Let's say I'm done with my presentation and I have nothing to add. So I go back to my Panopto screen and I just stop. And it asks a question from me that, am I done, or do I want to delete the video? So sometimes you make a mistake, you want to start over, so you can delete it, or you can, for example, say just done. Feel free to add a description to the video. You can add it later in the setting of the Panopto too. So I'm going to say just done, and it will go to manage recording. The last thing that I just recorded is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Sorry, it was 1 minute and 46 seconds. That's the name of the video, Panopto training. it is not just ready yet. So you see it's processing. Based on the length of the video, it may take some time for the video to be processed and be available. The longer your video, the longer you have to wait for the processing to be done. Typically for a short 1 2 minute video, it's about 1 2 minutes video. So it's almost a one-on-one, one-to-one ratio. And that's the processing. The upload is something else. So it should be also uploaded. And then on Panopto, it should also take some time. So basically for a 20-30 minutes video, uh, about like maybe if you have a good internet, about half an hour to 30 minutes to 1 hour after you're done, it will be ready for students to completely watch the video. So while it's taking that, you see I have so many other videos here I've recorded. If you want to, so you see the processing is done. It took about 1 minute. And now it's start to upload that on the website, and I will show you how you can find that. So you can come back here and start to make another video. So you see now it shows my PowerPoint where I was last time. Or if I want to manage my recording, I can come back to manage recording. So now let's say that, so let me go back here, and I'm going to cancel this. And if you click escape on PowerPoint, it asks you, do you want to keep the annotation or you want to discard it? So if I discard it, I will be back to the PowerPoint that I had. If I keep them, so you will see that I will have all of the annotation left on my PowerPoint. So in case you are doing a problem, that's an add-on. You can keep annotation and upload as a separate file for students so they can see the handwriting and the solution separately. Okay, and you can delete them later too. I mean, I can just need to kind of, click that and then push delete on my keyboard and delete that annotation. Okay, so let's see how am I going to access that file. If I go back, so that's the Panopto software, and on the back here, I don't need this anymore. This is the page that I have uh, under my Panopto homepage. If I refresh, it should show the video. And again, I'm in a room with a very weak Wi-Fi signal. Maybe if I move my laptop. Yeah, okay, so I didn't need to move. All right, so that's the video I made. And you see that I have, if I refresh, that's the Panopto training that I just created. It's ready. If it's not ready, sometimes you will see another message here which says processing, but it was such a short video. It just took about 2 minutes to process, render, and be ready to broadcast. Okay, how are you gonna make it available to your students? Uh, uh, you just need to go to share or setting, either of them works. So let's say click on share. There are many different ways you can make the video available. Well, by default, you can copy the link and paste it into an email and send the link to the student. That's the easiest way. And once the students click on the link, it will bring them to the Panopto webpage and they will be able to watch the video. They can fast forward, they can go to different slides, for example. That would be very easy for them. So that's one option. You can just basically copy this link. Make sure that when you copy the link, here, the access, who can access this video? This one says a specific people. It's better to make it anyone at your organization, all right? If you want to email the link to the student, it's better to make it anyone with the link. So the one thing about anyone with the link is that everybody, even outside Wilkes University domain, can access that. That works actually very nice for now. Students are outside university, they are not using university or campus internet IP, so they will not need to log in. Therefore, make sure to change it to anyone with the link and copy and paste this link in an email and send it to your student. Another way, which I really actually tried the other one, I never copy the link to my student. First of all, because I don't want to make it available to everybody outside university. And second is that I want to make my videos organized on D2L, is that instead of that, you can embed the video in D2L. So I'm not going to use anyone with the link. I'm going to just say anyone at your organization, because students, everybody has access to D2L, so they can come to D2L, log into D2L, and from there they can easily watch the video. And then I'm going to go to embed, click on the embed, don't change any setting, the 16 to 9 ratio is fine. All of the monitors now support 16 to 9 ratio. And then click copy embed code. You don't need to click here on copy, just click copy, just this, and it says copied successfully. So this link now, which is the embed link, it's different from the link in the link option. That's used for embedding purposes. Now, if I go to D2L with the link on saved on the clipboard of my computer, and well, I'm on Fluid Mechanic Lab, so I'm going to go to content, and let's say that so let's say under supplemental document here for my fluid mechanics students, I want to create a video. So I just say upload or create a video or audio, and right here it said enter URL or embed code. I can just right click and paste the link, and you will be able to see a preview of that. So if you come down, that's the preview of the video you can see here. And you're going to give it a name. So I'm going to say Panopto training and just click save. All right. There are some other benefits in this too. So first of all, it's easier for students, especially because we really don't know how long we're gonna do that. Well, now we know for the next 3 weeks, but it's probably for a longer period of time. And you may want to record tens of videos possibly. So this way, a student will have access to, let's say, 10, 20 videos. It's easier for them to kind of to keep track of them. And you can also keep track of the students' access. So by if you go to completion, you will see which of the students have clicked on the video. Obviously, the students can click and then go and do whatever they want. But at least it gives us some statistic that who has clicked on the video or how long or how much time they have spent on that. And here they can click on the video and fast forward or backward and watch the video. Uh, but again, you can always just copy the link and send the link to them. Either one works. The benefit of link, on the other hand, is that, so let's say I'm just going to cancel this. The benefit of the link is that if it will bring them to this page. So the embed, uh, through embed, they will watch the video on D2L, and they can basically see that here. And obviously they can also kind of, go to different slides on D2L, so it's not that different. But on Panopto, it will bring them to this page, to the video. Uh, Again, it is not supposed to be this slow, it's just because of my internet access. And you see that how different sections on my, uh, I'm going to pause this. So students are going to see something like this. And you see this is the name of different slides and the title of different sections on my PowerPoint. So they can kind of, fast forward and go to a specific location. So that's the beauty of saving PowerPoint as a separate entity. If you don't do that, it will be just the screen and they have to kind of, fast forward. They will not see different titles if you have made them through your PowerPoint. You can always edit your video. For example, if you click on the pen here, it will bring you the editing option. So you can edit the video. You can, for example, cut or crop the section of the video in the beginning, in the end of that. You can cut section at the center of the video. That's a little bit not too advanced, but if you needed that, I will probably record a separate video for that. So I'm just gonna close this. We really don't need to go through that. All right, so that was all. That's how you can kind of access Panopto, how you can record a video, and how make them available to your student. Again, I think Office of Technology Transfer, I guess they have made much more beautiful, kind of more interactive videos. And once I find that, I'll try to find that as well and send the link to their video which is probably more helpful.